The night I was supposed to be engaged to Alpha Roderick, the man my father chose. Not the man I wanted was the night I realized I would rather die than let him touch me. The manor blazed with torches and celebration, but inside my chest was nothing but cold terror. Every servant whispered about how lucky I was. Every elder nodded in approval. Every step I took toward that engagement hall felt like walking toward my own execution. I escaped before they could lock me in. A storm brewed above the forest as I ran. Gown tearing against branches, breath ripping from my lungs. My heart pounded so violently it echoed in my ears, drowning out the voices calling my name. My father's guards were close to close. Their footsteps cracked through the underbrush like breaking bones. If they caught me, I would be dragged back in chains. Roderick didn't want a bride. He wanted possession. My life, my freedom. My future, they were all being traded for land. I stumbled, nearly falling, but kept running, desperation pushing me deeper into the woods. The wind howled. Rain began to fall. Every tree looked like a shadow waiting to devour me. I didn't know where I was going. I just knew I had to disappear. Then I slammed into him. A body hard, warm, solid. My palms flattened against the broad expanse of his chest as instinct made me clutch him. Fingers twisting into the dark fabric of his cloak. The moment my body collided with his, heat surged through me raw, electric, terrifying. His hands came to my waist, steadying me with ease. I gasped, looking up. Golden eyes. Eyes that glowed faintly in the dim light, watching me with a wild, unreadable intensity. He was tall, all muscle and shadow, his presence thick enough to steal the air from my lungs. His dark hair was damp with rain, his jaw sharp as a blade, and his expression shifted from surprise to something darker. Something hungry. What are you doing alone in these woods? He asked, voice deep enough to vibrate through my bones. I had to run, I whispered, still gripping his cloak. Please, don't let them take me back. His head tilted. And for a heartbeat, he simply studied me, my trembling hands, my torn gown, my frantic breathing. Who's chasing you? He asked quietly. My father's guards. I'm supposed to marry someone tonight. Someone cruel. His expression sharpened. Forced. Yes. My voice cracked. I didn't know where else to go. A low growl rumbled through his chest, not angry at me, but on my behalf. The sound curled around me like heat, sending shivers down my spine. Look at me, he murmured. I did. The forest disappeared. The rain vanished. All I saw was him. You ran to me, he said, his thumb brushing lightly against my wrist. You know what that means? I shook my head. It means instinct guided you. And instinct never lies. Something about the way he said it made warmth bloom in my chest despite the cold fear. But before I could speak, a shout echoed from behind the trees. They're close, I whispered. He stepped forward, placing his body between me and the approaching voices. His stance shifted protective, lethal. You're not going back, he said. Not to them. Not to him, you. You don't even know me. No, he said, glancing over his shoulder at me. But something in me recognized you the moment you touched me. Another howl closer this time. My chest tightened. Who are you? His golden eyes burned brighter. Kale? The name hit me like a whisper of thunder. Powerful. Dangerous. Familiar in a way it shouldn't have been. Kale. I repeated softly. Are you a werewolf? He finished. I swallowed hard. Then you should go. If my father's guards find you, he turned fully toward me, rain dripping from his lashes. I don't fear your father. His gaze locked onto mine. And something ancient stirred in the air between us. And you don't need to fear him either, Kale said. Not while I'm here. Before I could respond, a guard burst into the clearing with a torch raised. I flinched, but Kale didn't move. He simply lifted one hand. Claw sharp silver slid from his fingertips like moonlit blades. Asterisk, the guard froze. Breath shaking. Kale growled. The guard ran. Asterisk, Kale turned back to me. Expression shifting from predator to something gentle. You need to come with me. Asterisk, I don't even know where with you is. Asterisk, my territory. No one knows where that is, I murmured. Exactly, he said. Which means no one will take you from me. Asterisk, a shiver shot through me, not fear. Something else, asterisk, why would you help me? I whispered. Asterisk, his eyes dropped to my lips, then back to my eyes. Because the moment I touched you, everything inside me went silent. And that hasn't happened in a long, long time. Asterisk, the closeness between us grew heavy, warm, intoxicating. I should have stepped back. I didn't asterisk Kale, I whispered. You still haven't told me who you really are. Asterisk, his golden eyes didn't blink. Didn't soften. Asterisk, I am the Alpha King. Asterisk, my breath caught. The stories said he had disappeared, that he ruled from the shadows, that no one could find him. But I had run straight into his arms before I could speak. Kale took my hand gently, curling his fingers around mine. Choose to come with me, Arya. You're free to refuse. But if you stay in these woods, they will find you. Thunder cracked above us. I choose, I whispered, to go with you. His jaw tightened like he'd been waiting for those words. Then he swept me into his arms. Asterisk. Heat exploded through me as my body pressed against his. His scent pine smoke, something wild wrapped around me. And I clutched his shoulders as he moved with inhuman speed through the drenched forest, carrying me like I weighed nothing. Asterisk, hours later. The trees thinned and revealed a hidden valley glowing with moonlight. Wolves stood guard along the cliffs, bowing their heads as Kale passed. No pack had ever bowed to any alpha like this. Asterisk, where are we? I whispered. My kingdom, he said. Inside his lodge, firelight danced across his features, softening the sharp edges. I stared at him, unable to look away. Asterisk, he moved closer, voice low. You're safe now. I don't even know why you care, I murmured. His hand lifted to my cheek, calloused thumb stroking lightly. Because something ancient in me wants to protect you. His voice grew husky. And because when you hugged me, I felt the bond. Asterisk, my breath hitched. The mate bond. Asterisk, yes. Asterisk, the heat between us thickened, swirling with tension and unspoken desire. He leaned in slowly, giving me every chance to pull away. I didn't. His lips met mine, slow, warm, searching. A kiss that felt like a promise and a question at once. My hand slid into his hair, pulling him closer. His fingers gripped my waist, drawing me flush against him as the kiss deepened, turned hungry. Not demanding, but desperate in a way he was trying so hard to control. Asterisk, when we broke apart. Foreheads touching, breaths uneven. He whispered, asterisk, if you stay here, everything changes. I want it to, I whispered. The next days passed in a blur of firelit conversations. Lingering touches, stolen kisses, and moments where his fingers brushed mine and sparks raced up my spine. The bond grew stronger, weaving through us like silver thread. Every night he stayed near, not in my bed, but close enough that I could feel the warmth of him, the protection of him. But the peace didn't last. On the 7th night, the valley shook with approaching footsteps. My father had found us. With him came Alpha Roderick and a small army. Asterisk Kale stepped in front of me as Roderick approached, smirking. You took what belongs to me, Roderick said. Kale's voice was ice. She belongs to no one. She is promised, I don't care, Kale growled. Asterisk, I stepped forward before they could break into violence. My voice shook, but I forced strength into it. I'm not choosing either of you. One, choose myself. Asterisk, Roderick sneered. My father paled. Kale stared at me like he'd never seen anything more powerful. Asterisk, then I added, eyes on Kale. But if I must choose a mate, I choose the one who let me choose. Asterisk Roderick roared, shifting half shape. Lunging for Kale. Kale shifted fully. The fight was brutal, blur of golden fur, claws, snarls, and earth-shaking impact. Wolves circled. Soldiers scattered. The moon burned above them like a witness. Kale won when he shifted back. Chest bare and streaked with blood, he walked straight to me, breathing hard. "You chose me," he said softly. "I did," I whispered, touching his cheek. "Because you're the only one who ever saw me as a person, not a prize." His eyes softened in a way that made my heart tremble. He pulled me into his arms. Holding me so tightly, I felt the tremor in his body. Asterisk, I will spend the rest of my life making sure you never regret that choice. He whispered against my hair. Asterisk, I looked up at him, lifting a hand to his jaw. Kale, asterisk, he kissed Measlo deep, filled with everything he had been holding back. My fingers tangled in his hair as the world around us disappeared. His arms wrapped around me, lifting me slightly off the ground, and warmth spilled through me like wildfire. The pack howled in acceptance around us. The bond pulsed alive, real, undeniable, not forced, not arranged, not chosen for me. Chosen by me. Chosen by us, and for the first time in my life, I felt free.